Hey, Danny here from Songwriters International, and I'm going to share with you the melodic math behind the genius songwriter that is Max Martin. He's written so many number ones. He's one of the greatest songwriters of all times, and he's not the artist, but he is the songwriter for many of the big artists, and he's an absolute genius when it comes to songwriting and specifically melody. Now, the first thing we must understand when it comes to writing songs like Max Martin is melody is a key ingredient. If we want to create a hook in the song, the only way we can create a hook is through the melody. We can't do it any other way. We can't do it through the lyric, the structure, the rhyme. We do it through the melody. Now, the melody could be a vocal melody, or it could be on the guitar, it could be a synth, it could be a piano, it doesn't matter. But the melody is the hook. So if you want a hook in your song, what's the way that we create it? It's through melody. And once you understand that simple principle, you understand the power that melody has in your songs. If you want to tell a great story, then you do that through the lyric. But if you want to have millions of people get stuck onto your song by creating great hooks, then we do it through the melody. And we're going to go into now the principles and the three melodies that Max Martin uses in his music to absolutely write fantastic pieces of music. Now, for the example, I'm just going to get my guitar out. You don't have to do it on an instrument. You could just do it with your vocal. But for this exercise, I am going to get the guitar out. So the first thing we must do is understand the three melodies, the three principles behind the melodic math of Max Martin. The first melody we have is static. The second melody we have is conjunct, and the third melody we have is disjunct. Now I'm going to show you exactly what those melodies sound like and what they look like and how they move right now on the guitar. Now, typically a static melody is going to be in a verse. That isn't always the case, but if we were looking at the law of averages, we would say 8 out of every 10 songs in a verse would have a static melody. And let me show you now what a static melody is. I've been thinking that I've been Now you can see from that example, the melody isn't moving very much. The focus and emphasis would be on the lyric, and that's what we call a static melody. If you took a pen and paper and drew it onto a piece of paper, then you would just draw a straight line. You're trying to resemble a straight line melody. I've been looking at It's not a melody that's moving very much. The focus, like I say, is going to be on the story, so that's why it's great for a verse melody. Now we're going to move on to a conjunct melody. Now a conjunct melody is great for a pre-chorus, for example, which is between the verse and the chorus and acts as a build-up for a great impactful chorus. So let me show you what a conjunct melody actually sounds like if we were singing. I don't know why I've been dying, but I know why I don't know. I've been thinking about you all my I've been thinking about them. Now, a conjunct melody is designed to not be as static and as straight as the static melody. It's supposed to have that little bit of movement. Imagine it, the best way I can explain it, like a wave. Now a wave will look a little something like that, and you're trying to resemble a melody that has that little bit of fluctuancy in that melody. So if we went from a static to a conjunct, it would sound something like this. I've been static melody, and more static. I've been now conjunct. Now you can see from that example how we very easily have created separation between two sections of the song just in the melody. That's before we add production or create a lyric or structure or anything of that nature. Now we've used static and we've used conjunct. It's really that simple, but now we want to introduce what we call a disjunct melodies. Now a disjunct melody is really the king of all of the three, okay? It trumps a conjunct melody and it will trump a static melody. It's what we're gonna find in most songs that have a really catchy chorus. Now it isn't always the case, but following the Max Martin methodology and melodic math, disjunct melodies are absolutely crucial. It's where we hit that mountaintop. It's where we really hit the listener with a great hook that gets them wanting to sing it back. So let me give you an example of this. And that would be an example of a disjunct melody. For you to visualize what a disjunct melody actually is, if you took a pen to paper and you were to draw it on that piece of paper, it would be like spikes, up and down, up and down. So what you're trying to create in the melody is a melody that really hits, that really spikes, that goes up. Like if you were shouting somebody in the street, hey! That's what you're trying to create in the melody. Hey, give me all your loving now. And you're spiking up the melody. You're trying to get it to hit that mountaintop, and then it's going to fall back down and it's going to rise back in to a spike. And I often get asked, what's the difference between a conjunct and a disjunct? Well, the conjunct melody, as we've done the example already, is not designed to have those sharp jumps and downs. Okay, it's just designed to have that kind of wave effect. It's not meant to be a hey, a shout. It's more that subtle. I don't know why I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about your love. That would be the example of going from a conjunct to a disjunct. You can see the difference, how one of them was really spiking, the other one was much more fluent, little bits of waves, nothing too major. So now I want to give you an example of a melody with all of those three in a song. Now we're going to have no lyrics because this exercise does not require lyrics, it just is melody. And this is following again that Max Martin melodic math of what we would do in putting these three melodies together to create a great song. So let's do this. I've been thinking about you, yeah. So static first. I've been da da da. I've been da da da. Still static. I've been da da da. Now conjunct. 'Cause I've been thinking about your heartbeat, loving that you. I feel something about you. And still conjunct. 'Cause I've been thinking about your heartbeat, loving that you. Know why I've been done. Disjunct. 'Cause I've been thinking about your heart, it's sinking me all to the top, and now I know what we have got. I've been thinking about your love, it's taking me all to the top, and I've been thinking about your bumper night. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So you can see from that example how we've built the tension and how we have gradually got to the point where we've got a really big, impactful chorus that really would hit the listener with a great hook, and then we would just need to accompany that with a lyric. We've used static, conjunct, and disjunct. Those are the three melodies that you can use, and you can mix them around. You can have a disjunct melody in the verse, but I wouldn't really suggest it, and you can have a static melody in the chorus, but you can experiment and try to see how these then fit into your particular style of songwriting, and then how you can make them work to go ahead and actually write great songs that capture your listeners' attention. But the biggest and most important thing, if we were following the principles of Max Martin and the way that he'd write songs, is that melody is one of, if not the most important things in our songwriting process. And secondly, we must have that separation using those three melodic placements and movements, because if we don't, we're going to have a song that is the same. It's going to sound the same melodically throughout the chord progression, throughout the song, and that's going to lead to the listener wanting to turn off, wanting to skip, wanting to listen to another song, and unfortunately that's not going to get our songs actually heard. Now I'm going to give you my second and final example of using these 3 melodies with a different set of chords, played slightly differently, and you can use these for all different genres: rock, pop, funk, soul, and everything in between. But let's do an example 2. I been thinking about you. Oh, static. I been thinking about you. Conjunct. As I've been thinking about you, I've been thinking about you. So tell me, and you could go back static, and then disjunct. So tell me that you love me, tell me that you do, tell me that you need me as much as I need you. Tell me that you love me, tell me that you do, tell me that you feel like I've been through. Woo, 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 woo. And that's just another example. In less than 1 minute, in less than 60 seconds, I've put together something very quickly to show you how you can do it. Now, if you've got 5, 10, 20 minutes, you could go ahead and write something really, really magical with a great set of lyrics, with a great story that would impact people, that would have you really proud of what you've created melodically and as a whole piece of art. So there's the key principles of writing melody like Max Martin, who, as I have said before, is a fantastic songwriter. He is a generational talent, and for many songwriters to get to that level of success would be insane. So to actually break down the process of what he would use and how he uses it, and then how you can put it into your songs with the exact same process and make it unique to you so that you can write great hooks is incredible. So go and implement that and use those 3 steps to write killer melodies. So if you've enjoyed the content here on this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button somewhere on or around this video. Drop a comment below for any other videos that you'd like me to cover. Drop a like for this video below. We've got a free training link below in the description if you want me to share with you how to then go ahead, take those 3 melodies and implement it into your songwriting process, so then you can pitch your songs to artists and monetize your music. Then go ahead, register for that, and I will see you on another video.